Welcome to the 4th day of our 2nd week, Christmas in July. I can't believe how fast the time has gone, but I almost feel like I saved the best for last. I have been so excited for this project. You know, if I go to someone's house for dinner and invite to a little party, it's nice to have a little thought you can take with you. And this is one of those items. It is so cute. I absolutely love it. It is a little gift folio, or a little paper folio, I guess, that you can fill with gift tags. And you know, we can never have too many gift tags in the holidays, especially such cute ones. So here's the little folio. It just opens with a little band, 3 separate little pockets inside, each filled with different tags. One being a little candy cane, one being the Santa hat. Of course, you could use any of the things that you have, or any of the different cutouts on those pages. I'll just show you, for example, what I used. Card cutout 273 for this little tree. And there's a page of sentiments that has like peace, joy, believe. So you could use a variety of different sentiments and use all 3 tree patterns. And our card cutout number 187, the candy canes. And in particular, I used the little pine bough on the front of the folio. You can see right here. And then I also used a small candy cane and the small little pine bough for one of the tags. And then our little stocking caps, or Santa hats, for the other tag, which I use the stripe, but I think the thoughts will be so cute too. So there are just so many variations you can make of this, but I thought we will just focus on making the folio itself, and then you can be as creative as you wanted making the tags. And of course we used our tea-stained tags, our new ones, the light tea stain, and then our new paper. This is Red Wagon Twigs. These are tongue twisters, I tell you. Red Wagon Twigs, and it's also double-sided with our Midnight Sky Blizzard. So that is going to be fun to use. And then of course our Candy Cane Dream Stripes. So we'll be using that as well. We are going to start with the twigs. I'll move these out of the way. And I've written the measurements down so we can, so I won't forget. The first one is 11 by 6.5. So I am just going to trim off the little barcode at the bottom. And we know this is then 11. And then we want it 6.5 inches. So I'll just open my little guide here, and I'm going to measure 6.5, not 5.5. I almost did that. Okay, that is all we need of this paper. And then we need, I'll set that aside, our little Candy Cane Dreams. And we need this to be 11 by 1.25. So I will just, again, trim off the little barcode strip at the bottom. And so we know that's 11, and now I will cut it 1.25. So I'll just, oops, line that out. Sorry, my mat and everything is going crazy now. So 1.25. We'll set that aside. And then we need the little piece that we use for tucking the wrap into, just right here. And I want the stripes to go this horizontally. So I'm going to actually cut the paper in this direction. And I am just, that little tuck needs to be 1/2 inch by 2 inches. So I am just going to cut off, if I can get my paper lined up, 1/2 inch here. And I really only needed to cut a little piece of that. And then I want 2 inches. So we've done our little tuck. So I will set my trimmer aside and I will review those numbers with you. So our first paper was 11 by 6.5, and that's what we'll use to create the body of the folio. And then this strap that wraps around, it looks like I may have cut that a little thinner, but it really doesn't matter. Just need to have a little bit of something to tuck it all together. And this wrap is 1 1/4 by 11, but I'm thinking I'm just going to measure that again. Nope, it looks like 1 1/4, so maybe I just miscut it. Yes, it's 1 inch. Sometimes that ruler is not very good for me on the trimmer, so I apologize for that, but it'll still work, so don't worry. So if it happens to you too, no problem. And then our little 1/2 inch by 2 inches. So the next step we're going to do, we are going to score all of our little papers, or the little areas for the pockets. So I am first, I just want to check to make sure we're still on screen. So hold on 1 second. Oh yes, we are good. I'm so sorry. Okay, so how we want to score is I use my ruler and I am going to go this direction at first, and I'm just going to line it up on a whole number. So it doesn't matter, you could line it up on 1, but I want to try and keep it a little more centered. And then I am just going to put a couple of pieces of tape so we're holding our paper in place, and we can make several scores. So our first one is going to be 3.5 inches. What we want to make sure we remember is if we're starting on 2, I'm going to count 1, 2, 3.5 inches. And the beauty of using a mat like this is I can see up here, I'm on my 3.5 inch mark for what we're doing. And now I can position it so we've lined up. Just make sure I have it positioned. And then I just use the small end of my embossing tool, but if you have a scoring tool, feel free to use that. And then we want the next score line to be at 7.5 inches. So that's just scooting over 4 more inches. So I'm just going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. So it'll be 9.5 inches is where I will use to mark on my mat. Okay, so we have the folds going that direction. I should mention that when I use this tape, I am using Scotch's Magic Tape, so it doesn't take off any of the finish or anything, but I still try to be careful. I don't want to just rip and have my paper come off as well. So, okay, I'm just going to set those tapes as little pieces of tape aside. And now I am going to do a similar thing, but this time we are going to score horizontally. So I'm going to line it up. I'll line it up against the 2 again. In just a couple of little places so I don't have it slipping on me. And this time we are going to score at 1.5 inches. So we start at 2, so we go up to 3, 3.5. So that will be our 3.5 inches. And it will be better to use a long ruler for this one because my mat doesn't go all the way through. And I know I have one here. Oh, there it is. I'm so sorry. Okay, I have my long ruler, and And I'm just going to come up to my 3.5 inches. Sorry if I'm in your way. And I will just score. And when I say the small end of the tool, it's technically the medium end of the tool. This end, here's the large end we use for embossing, but this medium tool, this end is what I use for scoring. So, uh-oh, somebody's supposed to be in camp and they're calling. I hope everything is okay. Okay, so I'm taking this apart now, and I am just going to fold up the bottom half first, because I want the fold. Now I'm going to fold here, so I want those to fold with this tucked in. But maybe I'll score it once or fold it once first, so it'll just fold easier. Now it'll be easier so we can tell where we're folding everything. And if you have like a bone folder, want to really crease those good, that is awesome. But you can do it. You can even use a pin or your embossing tool just to get a nice good crease there. So you can see we have now made 3 pockets. We need to adhere the sides, and there's a couple of ways of doing that. You can use a double-sided tape, which is what I used on this first one that I had made, and it just didn't adhere as well. Well, actually, it's not adhering at all right now, so I would not use that again. I mean, I'm pressing it down and it's working, but I wouldn't use it again. I think I would go for something a little stronger. I think it could be way cute to even stitch the sides. You can staple them. You could wrap another piece of paper around them and glue that in. So however you want to do it, I think for today I am going to use my stapler, but I want to do it so my finished edge of my stapler is on the outside. And you can do it up higher, lower. You could actually do, oh, my stapler is kind of hard there. You could do 2 of them, and I think that's cute as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so we have our sides all sealed. That feels good. And now we're going to take our band, and we actually use the whole thing. And so I am just going to trim out the little cut like so, like we had done on this one here. And then I am going to put the little holder in place, and you do it about 1/2 inch from the edge and 1.5 inches from the top and the bottom. So right there, and I had just stapled that as well, so I'm going to go ahead and staple that again. And you just do it kind of close to the edge. Okay, we've got that in place. That's looking good. And then we are going to wrap our band. The first thing I want to do is tuck it in, line it up with the edge, and then I'm just going to use double-sided tape for this, and it does hold up well for that job. So again, we're just going to slide it in, line it up with the edge, because it does overlap a little. If you can see that. So here is the edge of my card, and I'm just aligning it there, and I'm just going to barely tap it in place because I want to fold this around and make sure it lines up good, and it does. So now I can just kind of pinch where it tucks in, or press where it goes around the folio itself, and now you see you've made a little band that tucks behind this little strip. And then all I did is I just added this little pine bough here, and it's so cute, but you could honestly do so many different things. The sky is the limit with this folio. I think any of our double-sided papers. This would be so cute. And you could tuck all kinds of things inside. It doesn't just need to be gift tags. Like maybe you put quotes or sayings or coupons or gift card. This is just a cute little folio to hold whatever you're sending someone's way. So, and you know, I just think little papers are so cute, and I hope you have fun making, and I really want to see what you're making. So we do have our Facebook group for summer camp at on our Facebook page, so I hope you will find us there and join so we can keep up with each other. And we love show and tell. We want to know what you're making. So until next week, we will wish you well. And I want to tell you that the camp store will be open on Thursday, so that's a little earlier than last time. And I also want to remind you, we are heading out of town. We are going camping. We are going on a high adventure because we're even staying in a tent. So it is going to be so fun. But I just want you to know we'll be out of the office until August 2nd or 3rd, I believe it is. So please feel free to email, but just know we won't get back to you, or place your orders, do whatever you need to, but know that we may not get back to you until we are back in the office. So happy camping, and we'll see you next week.